Good morning everyone. In today's lecture we are going to discuss about Good morning everyone. In today's lecture we are going to learn about Schedule T, good manufacturing practices for Indian system of medicine, that is Ayurvedic Siddha and Unani system of medicine. So in last lecture we have seen what are GMP required, what are two different parts of GMP. We have discussed both the parts, and now we are going to discuss with GMP provisions under Schedule T. So in Schedule T we have given workspace required for the working, then storage area, health and hygiene, infrastructure requirements, then equipments. We have given the guidelines for using equipments, quality control and documentation. All these guidelines are given to us under the Schedule T of Schedule T of Drug and Cosmetic Act. So we will see this one by one. In last lecture we have started with the location and surrounding of surrounding of our factory premises. In that we have seen that while deciding or while selecting the factory site, we have to take care that it should be away from any open sewage or any drainage, so that or public lavatory, so that it will avoid the contamination of the any contaminant in the our drug, as well as it should not be situated near the industries or companies where the fumes or excessive soot, excessive dust or smoke will be released to the environment, which will lead to the contamination in our drug product. So we have to take care while selecting the site for our manufacturing area or our factory. Then second point, we have to take care that where we want to start our manufacturing, it should have a proper accessibility of suitable quality of water. The skilled and unskilled person both are required, so it will be available at that site. Then availability of proper transportation should be there, because we want to we want raw material should be supplied in proper time, and whatever product we are going to manufacturing, it should be easily sent to the market. So proper transportation plays very important role in that case. So we have to take care that proper transportation should be there, and proper facilities should be maintained there, proper communication facilities should be maintained, and we have to educate the people and housing area or nearby area where they cannot create any problems in our manufacturing process. So all these points we have to take into consideration while selecting manufacturing site for the manufacturing unit. The next, factory premises. In the factory premises we require different types of areas, such as receiving and storing of raw material area, then manufacturing and processing area. We have given the guidelines for the manufacturing and processing area, where we can how much dimension of that area should be there, so that easy and proper manufacturing should be occur without any interruption or any problem. So each and every dosage form with their required manufacturing area is provided in the Schedule T of GMP. Then good quality control section should be there with proper equipped machineries should be there. In quality control area, we have to go for the testing of whatever raw material we have received from the supplier, and we have to test all the raw material for its quality, safety and efficacy. Then we are using this raw material for the manufacturing process. And second testing which are done in the quality control area is the quality control of finished product which we are going to manufacturing our premises. So both the testings are done in the quality control section. It should be well equipped with the all requirements or all equipments which are required for the quality control testing. Then finished product store area, where we can store finished products which we have manufacturing in our factory premises. So it should be stored separately. So it requires separate area for the storage. Then store area where we can store the packaging material, or office should be there, where the batch manufacturing records and all the data related with every batch should be stored properly. Then rejected sample, in any case the sample has been rejected, it should not follow the standard specification, then there should be a separate area to keep all these rejected samples. So it should not be used by accidentally or deliberately. It should not be used accidentally for the manufacturing of drug. So rejected goods should be stored in the separate store area. All these are basic requirements required for our factory premises. Then buildings. In buildings we have to use following things. We have to maintain the hygiene. It should not building where we are going to manufacture our medicines, it should not contain any rodents or insects, because all these rodents can deteriorate your product. So it should be completely free from insects as well as rodents. For that we can use different types of insecticides which are given in the Drug and Cosmetic Act. We cannot use insecticides or pesticides which are not mentioned in the Drug and Cosmetic Act. So it should have the proper light and ventilation, so the aeration will be there should which will decrease the chances of contamination. The proper flooring should be there, so there is no moisture or damp situation which will affect the drug quality. Then working space should be properly maintained with proper equipments and materials to avoid the risk of contamination. Then our interior surface or walls, floors, ceiling should be prepared in such a way that it should not it should not dust should not stick on that area. It should be very smooth, and when you will see the industry, there is no you cannot see any corner, because corners can contain the dust which can contaminate our product. So it is given a circular shape, so the dust will not stick on that corners or any part. So we have to take care all these factors. Whatever furnace or bhatti is there, it should be covered with the tin or roof with proper ventilation, so that it will avoid the contamination, as well as it will fire safety unit should be provided at that site. Then drying space should be proper, which will protected from the flies, insects and other dust particles. So proper flooring, water, wire mesh and windows, glass panels, all this material should be clean every times. So we have to take care all these facilities should be properly maintained in the manufacturing premises. Then water supply is very important thing, because we are using water in our manufacturing process. So where while selecting the site for manufacturing area, we have seen that there should be a proper water supply. Then second thing, manufacturing required pure and potable water. So this water quality control testing should be there, so that we are confirmed that this water is safe for the manufacturing. Then there should be a separate provision of water which will require for the cleaning and washing of the premises as well as equipments. It should have a adequate water supply, so that proper cleaning should be there. Then we are going to use the ion exchange treatment and distillation plants while using this water in the manufacturing process. So all these things we have to check periodically to avoid the contamination due to water. Then containers and closures, we should have provision for the containers and closure. There should be a proper arrangement for washing and cleaning of these containers which are used for the packaging of our dosage form, such as bottles, vials, jar, or other packing materials such as boxes or tablets or sachet, etc. So there should be a proper provision should be there which, for the washing and cleaning of all these packaging materials. Then whatever waste will be formed during the manufacturing process, we have to dispose it properly, so it will not form any contamination, or it will not affect the surrounding, or and it will not pollute the surrounding environment. So proper waste disposal should be maintained. Then we have to take care that we should not include, or we should not uh, uh, enter any material from the our factory premises which will responsible for the causing of air pollution. It has been passed that in the act of 1981. Then Environmental Protection Act, which has been passed in the 1986 and 1975. It has We have to follow all these acts. And Water Act in the 1974-75, Manufacturing and Storage Act for the hazardous chemicals rules under 1989. We have to follow all these acts while manufacturing our dosage form. Then requirements for the sterile products, there are specific requirements for the sterile product, because we don't want any foreign material or living organism should enter into our product. It should be completely sterile. So we have to use the airlock systems. We can use the ASU system for the or HEPA filters for the manufacturing of such areas or such products. Then we have to such area has been designed to facilitate the cleaning and disinfection of our manufacturing area. There should be routine microbiological checking of that particular area, so we can confirm that the area is completely free from any contamination or foreign particles. Then precautions against contamination and mix, we have to use the suitable exhaust system. Laminar airflow should be used. We have to use monitoring devices like UV lamps, which can remove or kill the bacteria or microorganisms which are present in a particular area for the sterile dosage form. Then raw material store, we have already seen that raw material store should be a separate area in the manufacturing of Indian system of medicine, where the fresh herbs can be stored. Dry herb storage area should be separated, and plant extract, exudes, resins which we are used in the manufacturing process, they should be stored in the separate room. There should be a separate area for each category of storage material or raw material. For example, separate area for the volatile oils, perfumes and flavors. There should be a separate area for the storage of animal origin drugs such as honey, beeswax, royal jelly, etc. Metallic content should be stored separately. Then mineral origin contents such as clays, bentonite, aggregates, kaolins should be separately stored. Then there should be a separate section for the storage of excipients such as colors, sweeteners and binders. Diluents should be there. Then we have to separately store the packaging material, where we can name these raw materials as well as source of supply. Then status, where they are tested or they are present under the testing, they have approved. After testing, the quality of that particular drug is approved or it has been rejected. We have to label on, and on this label all the conditions should be mentioned continuously. We have to mention on the label the batch number, lot number of that particular raw material, as well as date of receipt of that raw material, so as it should be used on that priority. Then packaging material storage should be a separate department. In finished good store should be a separate department. and we have to maintain the standard records. Packaging and labeling standards should be there. All these records should be placed in the record room. There should be a separate area for the record room. Now we will see the category of medicine and minimum space required for the manufacturing of this area. For example, if you want to manufacture Anjana or Pisti, it should require the 100 square feet of manufacturing area. If you want to manufacture churnas, nasyas, manjan, lepa, all the raw material or dry powders dosage form, we required 200 square feet of area for the manufacturing of such dosage form. Then for the manufacturing of pills, vati, gutika or matrai, we required 100 square feet of area for the manufacturing. For manufacturing of tablets, separate 100 square foot area should be there. Then for the preparation of lavana, bhasma, satva, sindura, karpu, all this manufacturing of dosage form, we required 100 square foot of area. Now you have to keep in mind, maximum dosage form requires 100 square foot of area. Only churna or dry powders, whatever dosage form used in the dry powder form, it will require 200 square feet of area. Then kajal, it is a specific dosage form, it will require 150 square feet of area. And sura, this dosage form will require 200 square feet of area. Remaining all the dosage form will require 100 square feet of area. You have to keep in mind the different square feet of area required for the dosage form. Then next, manufacturing of Unani medicines, there are different dosage form. For in case of Unani medicine or Unani dosage form, all types of dosage form will require 100 square feet of area for its manufacturing. Then health and hygiene should be provided properly. Whatever workers are working in the manufacturing area, they should be completely free from the any kind of contagious diseases. Their uniform should be suitable and it should be cleaned properly. There should be a proper climatic conditions in the manufacturing area. The clean towels, soap, scrubbing brushes, etc. should be provided to the workers, so that the proper hygiene or personal hygiene of that worker should be maintained. The hands of workers should be covered with the proper hand gloves, so to avoid the contagious diseases through that personal carelessness. So all this personal hygiene and health of workers should be maintained while manufacturing any dosage form. And whatever machineries and equipments should be used in the manufacturing, they should be properly clean as per standard operating procedure given in the standard operating procedure. Then we can see the different machineries which are used for the manufacturing of different ayurvedic as well as siddha system of medicine, such as Anjana or Pisti will require Kherel machine or motorized Kherel, runner, ball mills or sieves shifters, which are required for the size reduction purpose. Then Churna, Nasya and Manjana will require grinder, disintegrators, pulverizers, powder mixers and sieve shafter. Then peels, vati, gutika will require ball mills, mass mixers, cutting machines, steel trays for the drying of this dosage form, containers for the storage. All these requirements will be there. For the tablet manufacturing, we will require ball mill, mass mixer, powder mixer for granulation. And for kajal, we will require the earthen lamps which will produce the black smoke, or which will use for the preparation of kajal. Then we will require the tipple roller mill, end runner, sieves, stainless steel fillings. All these requirements as well as UV lamps is required for the manufacturing of these dosage forms. Same dosage form or requirements of minimum equipments and machineries for the manufacturing of capsule, ointments, pak, avleha, and panak, pravahi syrup, or manapaku, asavarista, sura, tela, grita. Tela and grita are the dosage form where medications, medicated oils or medicated ghees are used for the preparation. They are used for the they are prepared by mixing our medicament into the oil or air or ghee. So we have seen that there should be a separate documentation rule for the maintenance of records, such as batch manufacturing record for any quality control documents, record for the stability testing, record for the marketed dispatch batches, and whatever marketed complete should be there. This record has been also has to maintain for this purpose. So I hope you will understand this lecture. If you have any problem, we will you can comment it in the comment box. Please comment in the comment whether you understand or not. Thank you.